Howdy, howdy, howdy.
Hello.
Welcome back to SciTrek, your sci-fi TV and movie channel. Welcome back to the Radical Wasteland podcast, y'all.
Yeah, what's up, y'all? It's Greg the Ghoul here with my human companions, Harris and Sarah. We are back in the Wasteland. And today, first off, Merry Christmas to those who celebrate. Merry Day After Christmas. Happy Boxing Day to our friends and family in the UK, to everybody out there.
Of course.
I keep making the same joke that we should do a Rocky music for Boxing Day, but Boxing Day is actually Christmas for all the servants class. That's what I learned. You know, I had a vision of three ghosts coming last night and explaining to me exactly what Boxing Day was. Yeah.
I was never aware.
Yeah, no, I learned that, you know, I kept cracking the same joke for Frosty Fest every year about how somebody should do Rocky for Boxing Day, and then learned what Boxing Day was. But yes, happy Boxing Day to our to our friends and fans in the UK, and also happy Fallout Season 2, Episode 2 to those who celebrate. If you're celebrating, obviously you're here.
Of course.
What an episode this week! Holy crap!
It was good.
Oh, y'all saw me freaking out while we were doing the stream on Wednesday evening / morning. It was just
so good, so well done. And you know, the first 5 minutes with the cold open with Shady Sands and the fate of Shady Sands, that you know, Harris, you were saying that should have been the season opener. It was just such a powerful moment. Heartbreaking,
really good
too.
Oh,
you know, Maximus's parents win Parents of the Year. Like the two of them, just like it breaks my heart, because it was like, oh, okay, those are people that had their shit together in the apocalypse. That's pretty dope. You know, so tough to, you know, see that and then lose it immediately.
One thing that, you know, Fallout is good about having glimpses of, which it definitely kind of drowns out the glimpses with a nice big fiery radiation, kind of typically.
Oh no.
Oh,
okay. We're gonna tap dance for a second while we wait for Harris to get back here. But yeah, hey, Littlefinger. Littlefinger was watching the live stream for the show with us. Yeah. I like to play with nades during. Yes. Oh my god. One of the things that people have been complaining about incessantly since the episode dropped was how incompetent the Brotherhood seems now, and I think that, you know, in season 1, you know, they were like comparing them to season 1, going like, why is it so inconsistent? And I think in season 1, we had this illusion of how, you know, polished they were and how amazing they were and everything. And that was shattered the minute they ran into the Yaguai. The minute that Michael Rappaport's knight ran into the Yaguai. That they are not at all the nobility, the noble warriors that they were portrayed to be here. And you know, that it's a necessary arc. And I think now that illusion has been shattered, because I think we were looking at them through Maximus's lens, and now that illusion has been shattered, we can see them for the fucking morons that they are.
Right, especially those two guys that they were doing that, playing with the grenade all the time.
Yeah.
They're like, and he's just rolling his eyes.
They're playing grenade shit, and it's like,
he's just rolling his eyes like, oh my god.
And they wonder why they think that the Commonwealth's going to kick their ass, you know? Yeah. No, 100%. But I think it's I think that now that Maximus has had a dose of reality, you got to remember that he's the point of view character here. I think he's seeing all the stupidity more. You know?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
He returns.
As for the fridge, I mean, honestly, I agree with you.
That was true. Like the old school refrigerators had a lead lining or something.
Yeah, which would protect from radiation, but I don't know about from the force of a blast like that, you know? But then again, like, I don't know. I wish Mythbusters could take something like that on. Harris, you're back.
Yeah.
Well, we've taken the podcast without you and claimed it in the name of the Lost Hills Brotherhood. So
okay.
Yeah. Sarah is no longer allowed to talk per their rules. And yeah. Was that Lost Hills or was that Coronado that was saying that they don't allow their women to talk?
Wasn't it? It wasn't Grand Canyon. I think it was Coronado.
Yeah. Screw those guys.
Yeah, that was immediately just got shut down half a second after that, which was great.
Yeah, that was I really appreciated like how they did take the time to illustrate the subtle differences between them.
Each,
And that and the one knight who was
Yep.
well within his rights
Mm-hmm.
to have a passionate time with Fisto.
yeah.
Yeah,
But why tell everybody?
Oh, it's Fallout.
yeah.
You
I
can't
think he
not.
got caught. That's why.
That's
yeah.
probably exactly.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
No, I'm definitely stuck in the plywood Fallout shelter right now. I literally walked in here. I was joking with Sarah right whenever we got in the lobby earlier.
Mhm.
We got here. We're way down in South Texas right now, and had to empty out our boots, and we found 3 or 4 scorpions inside of them. And it's like, well, all right, it is the theme for the week are some scorpions.
Oh my god, yeah. And the rad scorpions look fantastic. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Those
I love
dark
that
scorpions into the rad.
the giant one was like practical. I like that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
No, that was dope. That was dope.
Mhm.
And then, yeah. Fuck you, sweetheart. That was just like great moment,
Yeah.
So good. And then she just leaves them, which we know is not a good idea.
No, never a
No.
good idea. I get
Mhm.
why she did it, but
Mhm.
it's also like you've been traveling with this guy for a minute. Why why don't you realize? I mean, this guy does know more than you, but then again, she's also witnessing like savage cruelty, and she's trying to find a way. He's a pragmatist that has existed and grown in the wasteland. He was you. You've only just found the darkness. I was born into it. So yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry.
It was nice to see that. No, after last week, after the first episode, we were like, is she reverting back to where she was? That is evident. No, she is not. She is definitely evolving as a character and as a person now, which is good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But damn, they kind of switched roles there for a second. Hey, golden rule, and then you know what? You're a ghoul, so golden rule doesn't apply to you. I'm gonna just keep going and get this lady.
Yeah,
to
that was harsh.
Yeah, that was a little hard.
Little
Like-
harsh. Yeah.
But
Wow.
How
Wait,
are they even protecting you?
Like Jesus.
Yeah. I mean, at least she leaves dog meat with them and doesn't bring dog meat. But
Yeah.
Mhm.
how likely is episode 3 we're going to have the ghoul coming and having to save Lucy with dog meat in a Caesar's Legion camp?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, they're gonna
it's
do
gonna
it the
happen.
way I did my first playthrough, going through the Legion camp and just go in full auto. So
Which is the proper way to.
Yeah.
It's the Legion.
yeah. Let's
Simply
see
put.
what happened to Maximus. Great question, Quest. Maximus has embraced the philosophy of Stoicism in his new responsibilities as a knight, because that's what he thinks a knight should be and should do. And I think he's frustrated very much by those around him who clearly do not embrace the same, embrace and uphold the same values that he does.
Mhm.
He is. He's trying very hard to be like what he was taught. He's the guy who shows up at the group project and doesn't slack off. He's trying his best really hard to be the ideal for the Brotherhood, because that's what he thinks he should be, because this is what he was raised in. And then you're surrounded by all the jokers who don't give a shit. And that's the contrast. I think he's got a lot of roiling emotion under him, and I think we're going to see it boil over at one point. But for the moment, he has embraced the ancient Greek philosophy of Stoicism, and that is what is carrying him through. Because he's not. You can tell that underneath all that, he's not 100% on board with everything going on around him.
No.
And greatly dissatisfied
Clearly.
by the rampant incompetence of those around him and the lack of commitment. And I think what I got with him when Harkness showed up was he was like, oh, this is a dude who actually upholds the values and walks the walk, doesn't just talk the talk. And I think this is why we're going to see. My bet is we're going to see Maximus side with the Commonwealth. That's my bet. Yeah.
I can see
Well,
that.
yeah, I was going to suggest the same thing. Where do you think ultimately his belief system allies closer to the Commonwealth?
100%. Yeah, I think he can. I think the thing is that he could be the hardest of the hardliners, because he is a true believer in what he was raised in here. Because you also heard all the things that his dad told him as his last words, which heartrending, I might add.
Oh,
About
Mhm.
the values that they instilled in him as a child, and you can see where he gets that level of commitment from.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So yeah, and don't play with grenades is always a good golden rule too.
Don't play with grenades, and I don't know if
Running wouldn't have saved them, and the nuke was armed. It just when he cut the wire, the failsafe went off, and that's what gave it the 3-minute timer. But that thing was already going to blow. So
there wasn't much getting away from that. Maybe if they would have ran, they could have been ghoulified. But
yeah.
And I get the complaints about the fridge, but at the same time, the fridge is actually established canon that there are creatures that can survive inside of lead fridges. Now, whether that's actually applicable to real life, that's a whole other thing.
Different story.
But in this world, the lead-lined refrigerators are just as good as those personal vault boxes. Have we spoken about the Zaytons? No, we have not. We have not covered the Zaytons yet. Who thought? I mean, they played it for laughs, but I can't help but think that they're going to show up again at one point. I would hope.
There's no way they have an alien in whether the Area 51 bunker was a Brotherhood of Steel thing prior to this moment or not is kind of, I guess, interesting. But with the Zayton aliens there, it's.
I don't think Area 51 was theirs, but they did have that bunker nearby.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it just shows that whoever, I mean, I'm assuming whatever ended up being the enclave of the government before all the war happened is probably who had Area 51 here. And there was, I don't know if y'all saw, but there is a spaceship in the background over there too. There's a spaceship in that bunker.
Did you see the Ark of the Covenant?
No. What's there?
Oh, the Ark of the Covenant was hiding in the background too.
Oh, I should pause that scene and look at it.
Yeah. No, you guys got to look because they had all kinds of crazy shit in there. It's like Easter egg after Easter egg in there. It was just so many jokes.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Just from the perspective of not knowing about the Zayton aliens much besides, hey, you've been told they're in the games. Sarah, do you have any inkling of want for aliens to be a part of the story?
Just from I watched a couple recaps and they mentioned like, oh, that's an Easter egg to, I guess those aliens are in the game, but that's all I know.
Yeah. Well,
yeah. I you know what? This actually might be the only time that they cover the Zaytons, come to think of it, because it's like, confirmation that they're real and they exist, but this is the reason why nobody else realizes it because everybody's a fucking moron, that
who cares? An icebox.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, who cares? Icebox. Yeah. I'm just I'm thinking that honestly they might just that might be the only reference to them, unless they come in and unless they keep dropping them as seeds and then they show up in the series finale as like a hey, congratulations, you're in Stargate now,
You're in Stargate.
I mean, not far off.
Yeah.
It looks like Thor's second cousin jumped out of the fridge there.
Yeah.
I obviously none of us have any idea of where the show's going, but with the grandiosity of what they've already brought to it, I mean, in season 1, we get Fallout 1, Fallout 2, and New Vegas, kind of not cram-packed into one, but now we're getting season 2 with the New Vegas stuff expanded, but it brings us at least to the doorstep of New Vegas in season 1. Now, in season 2, now that we're in the Mojave and hanging out here,
now we're hearing about the Commonwealth.
Oh, we're immediately getting the Commonwealth at the end of episode 2.
Yeah.
This is the most, I think, any Fallout project of any variety has ever, I guess, not combined, I guess, the east and the west side of the U.S., but yes, at the same time, it's because of the Pridwin and whatever class ship, I guess they're actually calling it, they are very much shrinking the size of the U.S., which makes sense. It only takes about 5 hours to fly across the whole place. So if you have a Pridwin, it might take 10. Yeah,
right.
It's doable. And I wouldn't be surprised if the later seasons of Fallout tend to fall into more alien territory, honestly.
Could be interesting. Yeah.
Just because it's something that hasn't been delved into the other stuff, it would separate them, and to have all of these things that are so Fallout in these first couple seasons, if they lead us into the place that's kind of
what if
the
they
least
turn into
Fallout.
like Norm as the explorer of all the new frontiers? He just, he goes out and finds the wasteland and immediately thinks that it's beautiful, and then he's the first of them to wind up in space. Because why not? Yeah,
be awesome.
that would be fun.
Mhm.
Yeah,
We'd give the help.
we need. Yeah. Oh my God! Shut up, Preston.
What about this?
I mean, it really is the simple things, though.
Well, the amount of mini fusion reactors they had, the fusion cores.
Mhm.
They, what does Quintus call it again? He says there's enough fusion core to power all of anything that's ever been thought of, essentially.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, Lead Farmer, why would you say something so controversial yet so wrong? Yeah.
No. Silo's cool.
I think we're getting trolled here. All right.
Yeah.
But
the Silo, please. Have you seen how many heads exploded this episode?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, let's break it down moment by moment, because man, there was a lot going on here.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, has anybody had a chance to watch the Vault Seller's Guide to Vault Tech yet? Because I think that's got clues as to who Hank's working for at the moment.
Not yet. No.
Okay, I'll have to watch that.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna. I meant to watch it last night, and then I was at a Christmas party until way late. So, I gotta make it a point to watch that before the next episode drops. But apparently, that's got clues to who Hank is talking to, and working for at the moment. Because a lot of people are saying it's House, and apparently it's not House. So.
Who could it be besides that? It's just,
but and he's just persistent and working on his experiments. Also, if you think you're gonna go through so many mice, why are you gonna keep going down and making the trip every time you need one?
Yeah, I thought that was kind of funny how they kept having him like, just go get one mouse, get one mouse.
You need a nice montage.
It's like I mean, it's a process, and I suppose when you're the only one there and you need to fill the hours of the day, no need to be so efficient. But it's like. Oh, it felt very by the book.
Yes. Very middle management.
And also, let's talk about the moment with Steven real quick, since we're talking about Hank's plotline here at the moment. Anybody else find it ironic that he executed a guy for abandoning his family and talking about how family was the most important thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. That just the hypocrisy is strong with this one.
Yeah.
Very.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very.
Yep. Something to do with your day. It is, if I had a golf cart and a yo-yo, I'd be doing that. I'd be doing the same damn thing. Got nothing else to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
All the time.
Fallout shelter show.
Before we jump in, that's what I was messaging you about the other day. The
Fallout. Yeah.
Really?
It's a reality show? Oh, Lord.
It is a reality show where you act as an overseer for, I think, a group of people for a certain amount of time. I don't exactly remember if it's a week, a month, or what it is, but you act as an overseer. And I don't know if it's happiness levels or trying to keep the people alive or exactly what the get will be, to get people there, but it looks pretty fun.
So it's kind of like a real world, like Anno or Civilization or something like that. Where you have to like balance everything and okay.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't know. You might have to try to get on that one. That sounds fun. That sounds fun.
It's intriguing. Yeah. I Vault Overseer, I don't know about that. Vault Dweller, I'd be down. And that it's true, they are insanely cheap, and they do bring in huge views, and they are 100% brain rot, and they have reality TV, which had its boom during the SAG strike of 2008, I want to say.
7, 8.
That ruined television. It really did. It really just ruined TV, and the market never recovered.
Yeah. just decided like, hey, let's keep doing this. It's like,
Yeah,
yay.
it's cheap and easy, and we don't have to deal with the damn pesky unions, you know. So
Yep.
yeah, bummer. Yep, and collaborating to the cultural brain drain that's been happening since. So
I am glad at least that if Fallout is going to go the route of a reality show, or Bethesda and MGM and Microsoft want this to be a wider brand, which obviously is becoming one. It's taking the route of Squid Games, and like not actual Squid Games, of course, but the Squid Games reality show that Netflix does alongside it, and it's more. There's some meat to it. It's closer to Survivor or something like that than it is Duck Dynasty or Jersey Shore. You know, it's
well, I would hope that they're not doing a Fallout Shelter show documentary style. That'd be a little weird. Wait a minute. I think we're missing a few key elements here.
Yeah. Guess what? It's a real experiment.
Squid Game for real.
Congratulations, Amazon and Paramount and everybody have just merged into Vault-Tec. Good luck.
Yeah.
That's what these mergers really are about, guys, is that they're just creating one gigantic conglomeration that's going to be Vault-Tec, and that's 4 corporations in a trench coat, you know. So
we're just West Tech right now. 2 more mergers, and then we're at Vault-Tec.
Yeah, exactly.
It's stepping stones, you know. I could go for a cold bottle of Nuka-Cola right now. I think we all could.
Absolutely. And yes, Kermit, they're doing 5 or 6 seasons, and Hank is probably going to escape. I think he's going to be the recurring villain for a little while. Yeah.
Do you think there's a chance that Hank gets killed this season or next, and the reason we're getting the house, whatever house we're getting, and maybe whoever else Hank is talking to, because he was kind of friendly and also, you know, respectful to whoever he was talking to on the other side of the phone, but he also kind of was like, I'm doing this for my family and me, and you know, he is in his own twisted kind of way.
Sure.
Is there a chance he betrays whoever he's working for? Because he's already double agent. We know that.
Yeah. I think Hank is very much very cutthroat. I think he's doing things for himself. But we've also, his motivation right now, I think, is to fix everything so he could just have a happy family again. And I don't, he has to be the center of it. You know?
Yes.
He has to be the center of it. And I don't
narcissist.
And I don't think we're going to see that. There's no going back. The genie's out of the bottle. He's delusional at this point. He just wants to fix everything so they can go back to having a happy life. Him and Lucy and Norm, and him in control. And ultimately, I'm betting you money right now. Ultimately, I bet you we're going to see. I think Lucy. I'm going to call it now. Lucy McLean's evolution is that she's going to eventually become not turned savage by the Wasteland, but I think she's going to be more pragmatic about things and realize that the only way to stop evil from happening in this world is by confronting it directly. And I think she's going to be the one that pulls the trigger on her dad. I think that's her arc.
She has to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If not,
I think that's her arc, is that ultimately she's going to be destined to kill Hank. You know,
it's got to be her or Norm, if not both of them, making the decision at once.
Yeah,
while he's trapped somewhere and something, you know.
I could see Norm, because he's hooked up with all the middle management guys. I could see Norm actually siding with Dad for a while, but ultimately,
I really, after this last episode, because I was kind of thinking up until the last episode that, well, Norm doesn't really have anything bad to say about his dad. Oh yeah, besides the fact that he knows that he's from pre-war, that he's been lying to him his entire life and has been screwing over both sides of the other 31 and 30, Vault 32 and 33.
Yeah.
The thing that I think
good parallel quest. Yeah, Lucy is to her dad what Jax was to his mother. If you want to get really fucking dark about it, absolutely. You know, take all the humor out of it and replace it with a really Shakespearean plotline.
Very. Do you think? I think the way that Norm reacts to his dad next is going to very much pertain to the last time he has talked to Lucy.
Interesting.
If he talks to her again before he sees his dad, I would think he's not going to side with Papa.
No.
If it's vice versa, I think he could be talked into siding with his dad rather than, okay, I know you've done some shitty things. You've not just done them to me, but everybody else around. And it seems like you might have done it to Mom, too. Norm doesn't know that. Lucy does. So if they get together, they can kind of, because Lucy doesn't have any idea what Hank and everybody else in Vault 31 were doing in Vault 32 and 33 and what that experiment was. She was surprised whenever she was in Vault 4 and they said, well, what was your experiment? Well, we didn't have an experiment. Sure, you didn't.
Right. Yeah.
Sure. You know, so it's going to be really interesting, I feel like, to see the two of them reconnecting. First as siblings, second as leaders in the new world in a way.
With their own, with their own groups.
Yeah.
Norm's got a small army of middle managers behind him, which I think somebody said that the minute they encounter their first Death Claw or their first anything, so many of those guys are screwed. But I think you're going to, separate the chaff from the wheat. And I think those that survive are going to be quite efficient,
Well, whatever they run into, how do they overcome it as a group? And that's going to be important.
Yeah.
Do we see that in episode 3?
I mean, who knows? I think we're going to see, some filtration happening at one point. I think the all the plot lines right now are shaping up to be really, really, really interesting. I mean, Maximus and the growing rifts within the Brotherhood. I think he sides with the Commonwealth. And my other question is
see that.
who's the mole? Is it Dane, or do you think it's Maximus that called and alerted the Commonwealth about the meeting? Who do you think the mole is?
I don't think it's either one of them.
No?
Could it be what's Maximus's friend's name?
Dane.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Dane's the more viable choice.
Yeah, and like he's working the comms or whatever, right? So would have the opportunity to.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Or there were sensors that like they somehow were alerted when that was opened.
I mean, that's a possibility, but they seem to know that the Brotherhood was there to talk about a civil war.
Yeah.
The second he hops off that ship, he's like, nobody invited me, It's like,
Yeah.
all right, here we go.
Yeah.
It came out, like figuratively speaking, guns blazing, but definitely called it out on its face. Yeah.
Well, because that does lean, because I was about to say, well, it could just very well be anybody from one of these other factions. It could be one of the other leaders that was a little dicey, hesitant to join. Maybe even the guy that was like, is this going to be a civil war? What are we trying to get ourselves into?
Yeah.
The only people that would have used the term civil war before that meeting would have been Dane, Maximus, Quintus, or maybe one of the other leaders.
Yeah.
And the other leaders weren't 100% sure why they were sitting down either. There was the one guy who mentioned it. But, that one guy that's in that episode, I don't think they're going to go that route. They would rather have the mole be somebody that is a little more pertinent.
Yeah.
And realistically, as I really like the character of Dane, but Dane's character very much pertains to Maximus's, and there's not much of Dane being Dane.
Yeah.
So maybe
my guess is that it's going to be Dane, and unfortunately, I bet you we're going to have a bury your gaze trope. A lot of people are thinking that Dane is going to get iced over this, to forward Maximus's plot line and drive the dissatisfaction. Oh boy, that's a way to go out. Kermit, excellent question. Why did he come alone? And they could have iced him and continued? Well, first off, Xander Harkness is Paladin, so he knows that his rank actually does count. And if these these other chapters of the Brotherhood haven't gone completely rogue, then they won't, simply out of respect for who he is. But more importantly, though, I bet you money that they had a backup plan that if Harkness goes dark at all, suddenly that area is getting glassed. That's my joke. That's my call right there.
And
that there was a failsafe in place.
What did everybody else show up in? What do we know? Most likely, at least, was built or
yeah, they all had their airships. Yeah.
And airships we think at least come from the east. So he shows up in a vertibird. Who's to say there's not an airship right behind him?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Wouldn't there have to be? Because it couldn't
There
fly like from wherever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think the
there's something.
vertibird ranges are pretty limited comparatively. I think that it's really not so much about intelligence levels to join the Brotherhood. It's about loyalty. And as we all know, the dumber you are, the easier it is to be loyal to something that you don't truly understand,
And they introduced the Brotherhood in season 1 with classes. So, hey, you can be as stupid as you need to be. As long as you're willing to stay here and be here and make sure you stay human-centric, human-focused, and technology-driven.
As long as you can repeat what we're telling you, you can be here.
Yes.
But that doesn't always necessarily need to mean common sense. Next episode, I don't know about next episode, Quest. I think that I do think that we're gonna see open warfare probably episode 6, 7, 8, but I don't think I think next episode's a little early. I think what they're gonna do is they're gonna be dealing with this live hand grenade that is the Commonwealth showing up and dropping that in their lap metaphorically, and then I think everybody's getting strapped in episode 4, and I think we really see it pop off on the back end of the season.
I wouldn't be surprised if they actually do that next episode at the very end of the next episode and utilize the mid-season as not the end of this part of the Brotherhood arc, but utilize the Brotherhood arc in mid-season so you have Lucy, Ghoul, and all the house stuff culminate for a finality.
And I'll give that a little bit. Make the Brotherhood arc the meat of it, so you could focus on Lucy and the Ghoul at the end.
Which would also kind of make sense because they kind of shorthanded my boy Maximus in episode 1. There was no Maximus, and technically he's just as important to the story as Lucy or the Ghoul or Norm or Hank in a lot of ways. Specifically,
they are setting up two massive split plot lines.
And maybe it would make sense to give him some more meat in the center of the show, and that's why they did that. Who knows? I'm excited to see which way it develops, and anytime you can get Kumail Nanjiani on there, that I mean, dude's got chops and he's got range. I mean, he's great at comedy, but boy, can he bring the gravitas when he needs to. Honestly, I feel like because it was a short and brief introduction for Nanjiani, but every time he comes on, like you said, he's either immediately funny or just immediately cool and tough. And he was cool and tough here. I wish the Eternals would have utilized him like this. I mean, it was a fun opening with the Eternals, but if they would have utilized this Kumail Nanjiani right here, we might have already had Eternals 3 by now. Because that was.
I don't know about that, but it would have been better.
I don't know. I thought Eternals was a weak property to
I do as well.
Put into a movie, But then again, I said the same thing about Guardians of the Galaxy when they first announced that, and look how that blew up. So I guess they were, but just like they learned with the Inhumans TV show, not everything translates well.
Sadly.
Yep. All right. Well, we talked about Hank, and we talked about Maximus and the Brotherhood. Let's jump back over to the Ghoul, and we talked about Norm. So let's jump back over to the Ghoul and Lucy, and then I want to talk about House real quick, who was not in this episode.
No,
but there's a lot to talk about there because there's been tons of analysis, tons of discourse. A lot of people are very unhappy about House, but we'll talk about that in a moment. Let's talk Ghoul and Lucy here. I can't help but feel like that this is a character regression for Lucy. I know we talked about it for episode 1. This feels like even more that, but I could also see that this is in her pathway. This is a natural overcorrection happening where common sense is going out the window, where she's trying to react to not becoming jaded and ruined by the Wasteland. That this is like a massive overcorrection, that she's being willfully blind to shit. But to walk right into the
I agree.
season camp as a result is like, oh no,
Well,
like this is, I don't want to say it's not karma, but it's just like, oh, it feels bad, man.
Yeah, I just wondered why she kept going. Like the chick disappears. She sees all these creepy people on the hill and like, well, I'll just keep going this way. Like,
yeah, no, I'd be going back
around the second she's gone.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd go back and be like, hey, Ghoulie, I was wrong. But I think that's one of the things about her is that she can't admit when she's wrong,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
isn't Hank kind of like that too? I think. I mean, he thinks
Hank
is kind of like that too. Can't admit he's wrong or whatever. Thinks he knows the best.
Overconfidence, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a family signature, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
But it's that kind of like naive. It's walking Dunning-Kruger is what it is.
Yeah.
There's a lot of naivete there because they haven't experienced the wasteland, they think they can handle anything. Yeah. And it's gonna get messy. Yeah.
That it is.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, and I think we've seen the pictures of Macaulay Culkin. He'll probably be episode 3 now, and he's sitting at the left hand of what looks to be Caesar, or whoever's in charge now, because Caesar's probably died of that brain tumor at this point.
Oh, had to.
Yeah.
I don't think I've been as worried for a character for another episode in a long time.
Yeah. No, I know the stakes are huge, and it's just I can't help but feel like it's Little Red Riding Hood in Into the Woods,
Yeah. No, that's like a perfect analogy. It's like very much like that.
Yeah.
Well, and then I don't know if it's a word that needs to be said on YouTube too many times, but the fact
that they got that hard R word in the
not even that. Oh, I hope you don't get by the wrong people.
Yeah.
Is who the hell is the right people?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That implies that there is a right person.
Well, I think she's like that woman was like a slave, right? Or whatever for the Legion. Yeah. So she's just so conditioned of like, well, that's what's going to happen. If you're going to have it happen with the right people. Okay.
Yeah.
Like that's just so a part of life.
It's really funny. Like when you're playing the video game and you're having this experience by yourself and you're like just immersed in it, it's like, okay, but hearing it on TV when you have this separation and you're seeing it happen to somebody else or have this horrific experience of just like learning about this, it's jarring,
like you said, you can be playing the video game. We've probably both played it half a dozen times, if not a dozen times each, no matter what, and we've said it multiple times. I think we started off here. Our favorite thing to do is just run into the Legion.
Well, yeah,
anywhere that has Legions,
I just go and fucking glass them as fast as I can because
mow them down.
Yeah,
nobody likes slavers. Let's take them out. Yeah. But to now not be have my thumbs in control of it. It's just being a witness to it. It's sickening.
Witnessing that kind of evil outside of the power fantasy where you have any sort of control or response to it is highly disturbing. Yeah.
I'd hate to use the sentence I'm using, but I'm glad that Fallout is doing it because it's going to, we just watched my family and I just watched Wake Up Dead Man, the third Knives Out movie. Last night, which was damn good. But and there's a few other movies. We kind of started having a conversation of, you can't really see the light until you lie in the dark a bit. And I feel like Lucy needs to feel that absence of light for a little bit.
She's making every stupid mistake possible, which is frustrating to a point, but it also makes sense because all she knows is theory. She doesn't know practice, right. Her practical experience is incredibly limited. So she's making every mistake and assuming that everybody is as kind and good innately as she is, and they are not. She's Little Red Riding Hood.
Such a good reference.
Yeah, no, she's Little Red Riding Hood, and we're seeing the wolves in real time circle around her, just going, "Oh, you in danger, girl," like. So it's hard to watch. It really is hard to watch, knowing like, oh, this is bad, and she doesn't even know how bad it is. And first off, Ella Purnell is playing it like perfectly with like
So
this wide-eyed innocence and the naivete, and like I said, the walking Dunning-Kruger. You know, I mean, we see that with Hank, and you kind of get like resentful about it, like, oh God, what a dick. But we see it with Lucy, and it's like, oh, you poor thing. You know, it's the Gordon Ramsay meme of, you know, oh dear, so beautiful versus you fucking donkey. You know, it's yeah. No, like you have these reactions, two completely different reactions to the same kind of setup, just based on who the person is.
And Quest, Melvin just said Lucy somehow is appealing to Ghoul's conscience, and she is, but part of that is because he has seen in her that she's willing to meet him in the middle. Yeah, it's not, oh, it's my way or the highway. She's still going to try that like nice kind of bypass kind of route, if
even though it got him like hung by fucking barbed wire last episode, you know, like yeah.
If she makes that decision a third time after hopefully the goal comes through, she's dead. Like I don't think you live through the third time. I mean, it's the apocalypse. It's surprising she got a second chance in that sense.
Yeah. Right. Well, and now we're finding out what happens. You know, she's fucked around. Now she's finding out, and it's like, But I think, and I think that they're actually going to be separate for a while because you know, we saw all these clips in the trailers of the two of them together, and I think we've seen most of those moments now in the first two episodes. Like I thought that those trailers were very front loaded for the season, but then now the rest of the stuff we see Maximus and the Ghoul and Dogmeat on the streets of Freeside without Lucy, and we see a lot of Caesar's Legion stuff, you know. But there's a lot of moments where we don't see them together now, and I think that this split, I think they're going to be gone and separate from each other for several episodes. I don't think the Ghoul's coming in guns blazing because he may be, you know, he's very reticent to stick his neck out for anybody. Number one, and he's very much against suicide. You know, he's very much of a survivalist at heart, and I don't think he's going to go walking in there. But I think if there's an opportunity, you know, if they run into each other later on, I think they'll hook back up. But what's going to happen in the meantime? Lucy's going to have to get herself out of this, and that's that'll be messy. It's going to be messy. Yeah. You know, I have nothing but a really big sense of dread in my stomach over it. Actually, because, you know, if you know the games, you know that Legion's a bunch of pieces of shit. So,
I guess I don't believe it again.
Yeah.
Well, they're slavers. That's the easiest way to say it.
And that's the nice thing you could say about them.
Do you think there's like a slave, I don't know, revolt? Like that girl was with that other guy. Were they running away, or why were they in the hospital?
They were probably getting supplies. I bet you they were sent out to get stuff. They were probably scavenging.
Oh, okay.
You know, because they're not, and because if they die, they die, and if they come back with stuff, so much the better. Glory to the Legion.
Yeah, you know? That's kind of the way they treat things. Kermit just brought something up that I was kind of thinking about. And this goes with something Kermit just said a moment ago as well, which I did star here. I wonder if the person that is going to be, who looks like the leader of Season's Legion, I can't even speak anymore, Caesar's Legion, Season's Leader, what was I saying? Caesar's Legion. I don't know if they're going to do something like that, but it would be so interesting.
I don't know about seeing the Courier or any. I don't think we're going to see the Lone Wanderer. I don't think
is that too canon breaking?
Full Survivor. I don't think we're seeing any of the. I don't think we're seeing any of the protagonists, because part of it is that these characters are self-inserts. They're meant to be self-inserts for the players, and the minute that you codify them to be tall, blonde-haired, white male, brown eyes, suddenly that shuts out everybody else. You know. And I think that, and it's also a big wasteland. This doesn't have to be like Star Wars where everybody knows Luke Skywalker, you know,
everybody's related.
Right. Everybody fought at the Battle of the Death Star, you know, like we don't need to go down that route. Yeah.
No. Well, because something on that same thought, just could it be maybe not canon breaking in that sense, but do you think it would make sense to have another character we're familiar with at some point kind of take up that mantle? There are a few kind of rough and tough type of characters that could kind of take up a mantle in that sense. Because the thing that made me think about that was if what Kermit suggests in there, if Hank comes in and saves Lucy, maybe whoever Hank's talking to could have been, I mean, let's say the Courier did win Hoover Dam, and the reason everything has kind of reverted back to the way things were, and there are some changes because the Courier was there. No heavy faction won, so there's not some heavy change in one direction or another. It ended up kind of remaining more or less the same, and, you know, time happens and things happen. It's the Wasteland.
So the NCR got pushed back, the Legion got pushed back, Courier's running stuff. But, well, I mean, I think this gets into what happened to House. And also, which House are we dealing with? Because, you know, we do have two actors claiming to be a Mr. House, but as we have learned by going through the lore, there are two Mr. Houses. You know, a lot of people are talking about the body double theory, stuff like that. Nobody else was talking about the fact that Robert House had a half brother, Anthony House, who owns H&H Toolworks. And I think that Justin Thoreau, I think what we're playing to here is that Justin Thoreau is playing Anthony. I think he's playing Anthony. He's not playing Robert.
The one thing that I guess, because they did hate each other, Anthony and Robert.
Yeah.
And Robert did buy H&H Tools out from Anthony and pushed him out. Is there a way Anthony had fail safes? Like, you know, Robert House is supposed to be the smarter of the two, the more capable and sane of the two, so on and so forth. But does Anthony know his brother well enough to have a fail safe for his brother, and that is his saving grace?
Probably. I mean, you know, yes. If you need like convenient plot device, like, oh yes, I understand my brother's a supervillain, or he's the superhero and I'm the villain, I'm going to have some sort of I think that if you've got these two brothers who are playing chess against each other, then yeah, they're going to set up for flanks and backdoor maneuvers and everything else. Yeah. Also, I agree. The Gregory House is the best house. Yeah, 100%.
No, this one.
Yeah,
Gregory House. Yeah, but hey, The Postman is maybe not 100% the best movie in the world, but damn, is it a good time? And I've got some Costner, baby, any day.
My husband likes that movie a lot.
I love it. Ford Lincoln Mercury is one of my favorite characters ever. This was a Melvin question a minute ago. What if Hank buys Lucy from them while buying people for the experiment? That is the easier way to bridge that gap there.
Yeah, that would be a great way to wind up there. Yeah.
Maybe they'll see that she's like a high value thing and like won't want to touch her to like, because they'll think they'll be able to sell her for a lot or something.
Maybe
they do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. They trade. That would be an easy way to have her, to get her out of the Legion and have her wind up someplace. Yeah.
Oh, and that keeps her away from the Ghoul until the Ghoul comes in and
guns blazing, breaking the Vault-Tec. Yeah, HQ.
That'd be interesting.
It would be.
And also, one thing that's kind of making me lean towards a little theory that I was coming up with earlier about maybe the Brotherhood Civil War is mid-season. Maximus is with the Ghoul in Vegas. There's a lot that has to happen before we even get to Vegas at this point.
And he looks like he's wearing NCR power armor. He's not wearing T60.
So how do we get there? You know, I'm thinking that might actually be a little bit later season where the Civil War has to happen for Maximus to maybe he starts siding with the Commonwealth and then sees how bad shit they can be as well, you know, and maybe he really doesn't side with either side. And like last season, you know what? I could have just gone and stayed in that vault. Yeah. Maybe I should have just stayed in that vault. Yeah. Maybe I don't like the Brotherhood.
Yeah. He's just completely disillusioned. You know, yeah. Like right now, I think he feels like he can redeem something from the Brotherhood, maybe. And then eventually something happens that he's just like, screw all of them, I'm out. You know?
It's possible. The more you bring it up, the more I'm not convinced of what the timeline is now. because it seemed like it wasn't. They gave us a lot of threads to go and tug on from the first episode, but it seemed like a fairly straightforward path. It's like, okay, they're still headed this way. Lucy and the Ghoul. Hank's still doing his experiments. Norm's just going to go out of the vault and start exploring. That's going to be fun to see. They was fairly straightforward from how they were set up in episode 1 and episode 2. Just let's flip that on its head real quick. The only one that's still fairly straightforward is I'd say Hank to a degree, but Norm is still straightforward, where he's just going to start exploring. We don't know where he's going to be yet, and that's part of the fun. But everyone else, he's double agent.
And here's and we also have one other plot line that we haven't touched on yet that I'm interested to see where this goes, and that's what's happening in 32 and 33.
Yep. Didn't get touched on this episode at all.
And I feel I feel like we kind of did, in the sense that 31 is now on the surface, and I think that that's going to create natural conflict, because if they're saying it's Reclamation Day, the two vaults that are literally right there are 32 and 33. And guess who's coming knocking at the front door?
Okay.
Yeah. I think we're going to see some big conflict there between Betty and Norm.
Betty, Stephanie, and Norm, because I guess Stephanie was trying to contact Vault 31 as well, and
poor Bud is in a trash can.
Well, and I guess at the same time, one thing that Norm did that's screwing Betty and Stephanie over a little bit is
cut off communications.
It said all Vault intercommunications were cut down, rather than just 31 to 32 and 31 to 33. It was all Vault, not just 31. Which, hey, if that happens, Betty's pretty old. If she doesn't kick for too much longer, who replaces her? First time a Vault 31 overseer wouldn't be replacing her.
Yeah, right.
Because it really doesn't seem like there's a whole bunch of Vault 31 people, and they're definitely
in Zach Cherry run the joint. Yeah.
Who?
I want to see Zach Cherry run the joint a la Severance.
That's not Reg. That's the other guy, right?
Yeah. Why am I blanking on his character name? Oh my god.
The glasses and the hair.
Yeah.
Glasses.
I know.
One of the guys that was running to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not Reg, who was running the incest group the other day.
Right. Okay. The third guy. Yeah. Okay. Or I guess the third of those running. Anyway. Yeah. Okay. I know what you mean now. Okay. Yeah. That guy.
It's Reg. It's another simple name. I just don't remember exactly what it is off the top of my head.
Hold on, I'm looking it up because
we haven't caught up with him this season at all. Reg got his own kind of storyline, but he didn't.
Yeah. Woody.
There we are.
Yeah.
And honestly, Woody's story makes less sense to keep up with than Reg's, because as good of a character as Betty is, besides when she's being nefarious, she's not fun to follow around. Reg is kind of silly and fun to follow around. And I guess he's still in 33 with him. When you go to Vault 32, you have Chet. Chet's your person rather than Woody in Vault 32. He's the person that you're going to want to stick with. And not only, hey, just to Star Wars it up a little bit, he's related to Lucy, Hank, and Norm. Keep it in the family to a degree. Well, he was trying a little too hard to keep it in the family season 1.
Yeah, we know all about that.
There's a reason Reg has started these frickin' things up, huh?
Yeah, cousin stuff.
Yeah.
Anybody else do an absolute triple take when they drop that line? Like,
yeah.
Like, we're going real Game of Thrones real quick here.
Oh yeah.
What would they do when they did eventually run out of people to thaw out?
I guess Reclamation Day maybe is supposed to happen by then.
They had so many people though. Like, you look at, they had like 20 or 30 people. You think that each person's probably got about a good 40 years in them.
Yeah.
They could have kept that going for a long time, and I think there would have been more breeding and more inbreeding, and they would have either the vault would have petered out or they would have run out of leaders, maybe. But man, that would have taken some time.
Yeah. I mean, we're 250 years into the apocalypse at this point, and they had the vast majority of the people still frozen in there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Could've gone for
they could, barring any sort of major disaster or collapse, they could have. They probably could have lasted a while. But then again, when you look at how many, when you look at the fact that they're already inbreeding at that degree, it's like, that's not going to be good.
Yeah.
You know?
No.
Yeah.
I'm sure they had some type of vault Tinder.
Yeah. Don't even need to swipe right.
Yeah. I'm sure like some sort of family tree, you know, like, so they keep track of the genetics, like farm animals or something.
Oh, very much so. No, they're very specific about
I
that.
think they'd
like
want to thaw people out just to add to the mix it up in the gene pool, you know?
Definitely.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
B-Sod brings up a good point, though, and this is what we were talking about earlier, that the whole group on the surface is zero street smarts. Yeah, it is very Vault Tech OnlyFans. Oh, God. You're right. They have very, when I call this in D&D, high intelligence, low wisdom. And actually that works in that works in Fallout stats too with the special. But yeah, they have very little in the way of practical experience and lots and lots and lots of training and theory. I think that we're going to see a big you're going to see them get spiked real hard their first encounter, but as we saw, when given direction, they learn quick and they adapt quick. So I think that they're going to take some heavy losses initially, but then those that survive are going to be well suited. You know, because your first plan never survives implementation. No. You know, no plan ever survives first implementation. So,
like they start season 2 out. Well, plan A didn't work, so now we're on plan B. But I really love if plan C could help. You know, would it help me, please? You know, I'm with you on really steep learning curve for sure.
Yeah,
that's
100%. Yeah, no, the fatality rate is super high. But I do think that we're going to see the ones that survive be very dangerous, or very much so, very good. You know,
I think the parallel they're shooting for is that Fallout 1, Fallout 2. Like they left because of a water chip in the first place, or I guess they're trying to figure out a water chip in Vault 33 right now. So it's not an entire parallel, but you know, similar where the water chip is leading them out into the wasteland, and it's fun to see that parallel from the games that started it all, but people are least familiar with at the same time, and myself included. They're the ones I'm least familiar with. It's cool to see that, and that ended up, of course, being from Fallout 1. The people that leave end up starting an actual community that you start in Fallout 2. So it might be interesting by the end of this to see if they actually have a community. If Norm ends up being the better overseer than his dad.
Yeah, by going and repopulating Shady Sands or something. Yeah.
That'd be cool, actually.
Yeah, I think what they want.
That sounds like a season 3 thing, maybe.
Yeah, or 4 or 5 even. Just
I could actually see like Norm being overseer of the new community on the surface being. I could see that being a good season 3 plot line for him, because we watch him grow from being this disgruntled teen to a leader among men. You know, to a young rebel, now to a leader among. It's really fun to see his arc shape up, because I also appreciated that in season 1 he was the only guy that you saw reading the terminals to find out exactly what the fuck happened.
Yeah,
it was so good.
I was like, yes, somebody else reads the fucking lore. Yes. I read every damn terminal when I play. I don't care how many times I've played it before. I read every terminal because I'm like, what did I miss? Yeah,
it's the most important part of the game. It's the most important playthrough part. B-Sod brings up a great point. That group knows how to work on the technology that's left in the wasteland. So I could see them becoming the most valuable out there.
100%. Yep.
If and same thing, you know, Moldaver seemed like she was fairly good with the gun whenever it came to it. But she started off much smarter. She probably learned how to be good with weapons over time. Who knows what her story is still? That's going to be an interesting thread that still has to be. How did she make it? How'd she hit 200 years? She's not ghoulified or anything. She knew Lucy's mom, which means she had to have been in the wasteland for at least 10, 15 years at some point.
Yeah.
Enough to be familiar with Shady Sands and know that Hank and his wife were part of its downfall to a degree.
Yeah, even though it's in both timelines.
Yes, exactly. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah. That must have come from a vault with cryogenics. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good point too.
Mhm.
Just to continue with that thought, though, she probably didn't start off. She starts off very kind of anti a lot of things in the pre-war timeline. She probably didn't know how to fight then, which means she either learned from people or she had to pay people with maybe her experience and expertise. She's a genius in helping cold fusion actually become a thing, and we know she has a big, awesome company beforehand, so on and so forth. She's good at what she does.
Yeah.
Can the Vault folk, if maybe a few of them start dying, maybe they get saved by another group, and because they can fix the things that the group has, now they have an actual community, and that could
that makes sense.
Form to leadership rather than kind of sporadically put it there.
Well, my theater producer asked is like, hey, when do we see that musical number? You know, so
we thought it was going to be this episode.
I thought it was this episode too. Now, but I think, yeah.
Vault 31.
I think Reg's the closet theater director. You know.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
I think Lucy and Norm are going to be in the same area, but either being behind each other or in front of each other, or doing something in the same area as each other, but doing something else.
Yeah. Like they have like two ships passing in the night where they're right next to each other and they don't notice. Yeah, that'd be tragic.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Good afternoon, Shadow.
Heyo.
Merry Yule to you. Yuletide greetings.
Just from where we left off, do you have any predictions or thoughts of where we're going to be picking up episode 3? Do you think we're going to get House again?
I think they're going to go back and do the House plot line and continue that with the mind control, with everything else. Also, we didn't really talk about this, but it's really interesting that we have exploding heads in episode 1, multiple exploding heads in episode 1. Yeah. We have exploding mice in episode 2. Yet the friggin' the guy hauling the bomb, which great way to put in the static dialogue of patrolling the Mojave makes you wish for nuclear winter. Like such great way to throw the meme in there. Absolutely, wonderful reference. But
and make it terrifying
one
too.
Time that the mind control actually worked and was stable long enough for a guy to walk from the vault to from wherever he picked up the bomb and walk it into Shady Sands without the head exploding. Like that's scientifically an anomaly, but a success. So
I guess they could play that a couple different ways as well. Like they knew it wasn't necessarily. They were hoping that it would.
Oh my God, B-Sod. Oh, I think that's exactly what he thinks he's going to do. He's going to get his perfect family. The narcissist is going to get his perfect family using mind control. That might be exactly how he's trying to fix it. That's just gross. And you know what? It would fit in Fallout because that would be the sick and twisted and fucked up way to try and fix the situation in Hank's mind.
That's some Cabot family stuff there.
That's some Cabot family shit. Absolutely, 100%.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Maybe it depends on the strength of will.
Maybe. Hey, you're back.
Yep.
Welcome back.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Sentimental value.
Sentimental value.
Haven't heard of it.
I guess it's newer. I'll watch anything Stellan Skarsgård though.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shadow. I think that the folks in 31 already know about 32 and 33 because they are the managers, and I think they're the ones who are read in on how this is all supposed to work.
Yeah.
So I think they already know. But I'm very interested to see where Norm's group goes. I think we will get touched on. I think that's going to get touched on, and I think we're going to see more Vault 32 and 33 next episode. I think we'll see a little bit of that. I think that's going to be like the B plot line. Obviously, Lucy is going to be the next big plot line, and I think we lose the Ghoul for a little bit. I don't think we're going to get an update from the Ghoul for an episode or two.
I kind of have the same feeling.
Yeah.
Like we said last week or on Wednesday, even though it's a shared world and a shared story between these multiple protagonists, but he's been the clear face of the show essentially.
Sure, but he's not the point of view character. That's Lucy,
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think the only Ghoul we're gonna see is not Ghoul. It's gonna be Cooper. I think we're getting more.
Yeah,
Cooper.
I think we're gonna see. Well, yeah, I think now we're gonna start getting the confrontations between the House and Cooper that we see in the trailer. I think we're gonna see more of the past stuff, you know. And it's interesting. We haven't really mentioned that, but boy, oh boy, we had that juicy moment in episode 1 where Barb comes home and Cooper's in the kitchen and he knows, she knows, and everybody knows everything and nobody's saying anything, and there was just that delicious tension. Yeah.
You could just cut a knife with it.
Yeah.
You could cut it with a knife. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And they did show them arriving in Vegas, right? Him and his wife. And then we'll see what happens there.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think we get more of the past plot line, and that's why we're getting. I think that's what we're gonna get. I think the ghoul's gonna come back in later when it's appropriate. Yep.
Ghoul's got to recover from the scorpion poison, which might be an episode or 2, definitely. But at the same time, I'm not convinced scorpion poison's gonna hold down the same guy who in episode 1 or 2 says, "Honey, that's a small drop in a large barrel of drugs."
Poison's different than drugs, but yeah. Yeah.
In the apocalypse, how different,
I suppose. I mean, he's probably got. I mean, your health recovers over time. It's just slow. So.
Yeah. That's going to be interesting because if he doesn't get up and go straight to Lucy, does he just continue his thought on Vegas? Hey, she's most likely going to end up there if she doesn't get attacked or killed on the way. That's where I'm going to go. Like V-line it that way, essentially.
Well, he was going to go to Vegas because his family might be there, or to confront Hank. I'm trying to remember.
To confront Hank and try to find out where his family was.
Okay. Yeah, I knew it was about his family.
Besides, that was funny.
Yeah.
Wackakami was pretty funny. The Fallout. It was so Fallout. Oh, they had one chance to mention Big MT at the Starlight Drive-In and they blew it.
Yeah.
I don't know if they blew it. I think we might get a few more chances. Because, who else was in that room besides Robert House at the moment? And even possibly whoever, maybe the real Robert House or Anthony House sitting up there in that dark corner up there. Besides the two of them, there was a lot of other people in that room. And we might know what happened to some of them. But not most. And they knew what was going to happen. Which means, like Robert House, they had a plan. Donde está, all of them. Yeah. It's going to be interesting. But okay, I know
I'm freaking hyped for next episode. Yeah. I know I'm super, super hyped for the next episode, guys. I can't wait.
All right.
We did it for episode 1. Before we jump out of here, because I know we are a little stringent on time, let's give a good, bad, and ugly for the episode.
A good, bad, and ugly. All right. Sarah, you want to jump in first?
Of course. Bad. I think bad was the idiots that wanted to play with the grenade all the time. That was stupid.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a very effective way of showing the immaturity and the
it did a good job of that. But I was like, anyway, ugly. Definitely, Lucy's situation could get very ugly.
Yeah.
The good, I kind of liked Hank's little experimenting on the mice and just kind of happily blowing up mice and. Just thought that was kind of funny. Just kind of, the odd humor of the show, I guess. I liked that, kind of showed that of he had to go get a mouse at a time and all. Anyway, I like that little part.
Yeah, going by the book, following the process. Harris, what you got?
Naturally, the bad, I want to say, is Lucy being dumb. But I think that's more the ugly because it's about to get ugly.
Yeah, no, that's very quickly veering into ugly territory.
I think the good was just the whole Shady Sand stuff. Like y'all really heard me while we were talking about it, while we were watching it on Wednesday. Just the whole time, I was like, why was this not the opener for the season? It's so good.
Bye, Quad.
Adios.
Bye.
And if I had to choose a bad, it would be the fact that the ghoul's now just lying down on the ground, and it feels like a little bit of an excuse to leave him be for an episode or two as well. I know there's some things that have to happen in the course, but it's also this guy doesn't just get stung by a rat scorpion and not get up a little bit later. He's at least probably crawling somewhere as best he can, you know. He's the survivor, not just a survivor. He's kind of the survivor, you know. Yeah, I'm not convinced that he would just be down for the count for an episode or two, and I hope they don't treat it like that. But it seems like they're setting it up. I'm not going to be disappointed if that's the way they do treat it. I feel like there could be more of it, but there are a lot of plot threads to go through. So the bads are possibly, you know. You got a 3 there, Greg.
I think I agree with you. I think that the good is Shady Sands and everything about it. My God, Maximus's family was like so heartwarming and heartrending, you know. And you saw like the hope that they finally got unfiltered water and everything. I thought that was so well done and so well, pun intended, executed. That you know, I really appreciated it. That, you know, there really was like blossoming goodness. Yeah, there was blossoming in the desert like a flower. That was happening, and then Hank just fucking destroyed it because he was mad at his wife. You know, like, oh, makes you hate him even more. You know.
That was very heartbreaking that there was like this. They were really just starting to get things going, and nope.
And then, you know, Hank had to play God, you know, because he's a piece of shit. Yeah. So I think that was the good. I think the ugly is the Legion, 100%. That about to get ugly and nasty. Oh, it's gonna be uncomfortable. And I think, you know, I take back what I said about Lucy being a regression. I think it's an overcompensation, which is actually a very natural response to, you know, trauma. It's an overcompensation in the other direction. So I think that actually, I think the more I see it, the more it does fit. But boy, oh boy, is that going to get so bad so fast. And I think if I had to pick a bad, the bad is definitely the Brotherhood. Well, no. You know what it is? It was all the mice blowing up because I just hate anything that's violence against animals. You know, so.
If I had to actually choose a bad,
that felt gratuitous after a while, you know. So I understand the point of it.
Exactly, yeah. Where Hank is that, you know. Yeah, the bad that I think would actually be bad that I kind of would still laugh at. I'm pissed off at the Brotherhood for just throwing out the Zayt.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No.
It was funny. It was so funny.
Yeah.
But it just makes me immediately just what, you know?
But I mean, the minute you introduce the Zaytans or Cthulhu into it in a serious way, it changes the whole show. Yeah. Well, because, you know, they do have a lot of Lovecraftian horror in the game too, you know? So
it's one of my favorite bits of it. Shadow did ask something really good here, or I guess point out something really good. The Brotherhood of Steel having fusion for energy now, as cold fusion and as many fusion reactors as they need to. They have fusion cores out the wazoo, and then some.
And if they've got Helios, that's bad for everybody. Yep.
I can just imagine Maximus. Are you not entertained? Just
how
real. On the nose would it be? It'd be great.
Yeah, it'd be funny. That doesn't fit the show though, but it'd be funny.
Yeah. Well, Helios 1 would very much be a scary thing. It's a solar company, but also a satellite company in the game. And you can restore power to multiple parts of the Mojave at that point, or a lot of power to one specific part, and you can choose which part. Or you can activate the satellite that has a weapon on top of it and blow up a part of the Mojave too, if you'd like to.
Yeah.
I wonder which one they're going to do with all those fusion cores.
Oh yeah, no, that's a huge plot point. And then and I think that they were using cold fusion to power them. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I'm excited for Nanjani in a big way. Well.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, hey, I'm looking forward to Tuesday. Tuesday night, midnight, 8 a.m. For our UK audiences. Harris, when are you back from Texas?
I will be back on the 30th, so I will be there.
Excellent. All righty, guys. Well, hey, join us for our live reaction as we watch the show on this coming Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, whatever it is to y'all. Join us for that. And until then, I mean, what, you guys got another Sunday broadcast coming up?
Yeah. We have a Sunday one that I think we'll utilize this as kind of our Christmas special to a degree. It won't be a huge Christmas special like we usually do. I'd like to do a New Year special. We're trying to get everybody together to do that one. But yeah, we'll do just our regular Sunday and kind of celebrate the year of sci-fi with it at the same time. If anybody can make it, y'all are always welcome. And we want to see y'all there. Y'all have a wonderful holidays. So far, so good.
Happy holidays and Happy New Year, y'all.
Yep. Happy New Year, everybody.
Okay. We'll go check it out. Stay warm and dry, everybody, especially y'all out in the West right now.
Yeah.
And it started raining immediately.
Yeah, it hasn't really been
especially
a downpour since what day is today? Friday. It hasn't really been a downpour since like Tuesday, Wednesday. So it's been good. Been remarkably chill. Yeah.
Good.
Yep. So far, so good.
Well,
alrighty, y'all.
We will see y'all on Sunday for Sci-Fi Sundays. We're taking a little bit of a break from Farscape for the holidays still, right?
We could do Monday if you want to, but we'll see.
Okay, we will keep y'all posted on if Patreon members will be watching Farscape with us on Monday or not. But we will let you know that this Sunday.
All right.
And in the meantime, y'all have a wonderful, not just rest of the day, rest of the week, and rest of the frickin' year at this point, because we are right here at the end. It has been an interesting one, and it's been so good to have Fallout here.
Yeah.
All that being said, we love and appreciate y'all. We will see y'all soon. And adios.
Bye.
Cheers.